Good blessed evening, everybody. It is officially Christmas Day. I'm lighting the Yule candle. We've made it halfway through Yule. Congratulations to you. I hope you have all have been able to join together with family and friends, had your own small little piece of community and love that we've been talking about the last couple of days. So, that being said, I'm going to try to share this real quick. Now, since the first day, these have been getting shorter and shorter, and I didn't mean to put air. It's air, E-I-R. Just in case anybody's looking, I'll have to fix that. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright, so today it's about Air, the goddess of healings. This is about healthcare workers taking care of ourselves, those that are around us, our elderly. I really wanted to do more, and I accept full responsibility. Just wasn't feeling it today. Those of you that know, I haven't been 100% whenever it comes to Yule, of celebrating myself. Fell asleep, just woke up like 15 minutes ago, but still here, still pulling this out. So, Merry Christmas. I love you guys. You're the reason that I'm here. So. Parched. Okay. So. It's taking care of those around you. The majority of us are caregivers at heart anyway, so we automatically go into that and do it. Hi, Miss Brenda. Merry Christmas. Most of us always automatically go into caretaking mode, especially around the holidays. We're always like, oh, let me fix you something to eat, or let me fix you a plate to take with you, or something, just to share and to care for our elderly, make sure that they're not alone and they get what they need. Whew. Air is the matron goddess of healing and healthcare workers. So keep in mind those doctors and nurses that are out there on the front lines. Think of them not just today, even though today is their day. Even think of them not just today, but every single day. So I do have some friends, and I think I've mentioned it before, in the healthcare field. It's not just in those that are taking care of the elderly. It's those that are out there working, in primary care or in the hospital. It's not easy on them right now, so we have to be mindful for their sake. See, I don't know how much you can see. The Yule candle has. Just a little piece of sage. Let that burn and get some cleansing sense out of that. Air is not just physical, but she's psychic, our psychic health. So do a little bit of meditation, working on healing, and you're focusing on yourself. Hello, Jacob. Merry Christmas. Thank you all for joining me. I know, I don't, as I've said before, I don't expect anybody to join in on me. These are the holiday seasons. Spend it with your family and friends. But if you do give me a moment of your time, then I just love you even more. Anybody wants to come on and talk, let me know. Be more than happy to bring you on and talk with me. Like I said, I don't have very much information because I did fall short on my gathering of information together. I did, and I apologize. The movie Coming to America has been running on repeat all day. I've managed to put together all bits and pieces of it, and looking forward to the second one coming out soon. Okay, so just keep in mind, like, I haven't done in-home care for a while. Yes, absolutely. I would love for you to. I can bring you online. You need time to go and get that? That would be great, Jacob. I'd love to have you on here to speak with me and share with us. Perfect. Anybody have any stories, any Yule connections that they want to share? I'm more than happy to have you on here. These are for you. These videos are. I usually give you bits of information, and then you do with what you will. You want to research further on the subject, then that's for you. Let me see. Yeah, that's what you need to hear in the background of this.
Hey, Gwen.
Hey! Hey, everybody, this is Jacob.
Hi, everyone. Alright, so I have this, book that's, lessons on witchcraft. It's for Wiccan 101 course. But I'll read what it says about Yule.
Okay, wonderful.
Alright, so it says, Yule, December 21st, the winter solstice marks the longest night of the year, a time of renewal. Different traditions celebrate Yule in different ways. Here are two of the most common. According to some, this is the time that the goddess lies asleep, mourning for her god. Symbolically, at midnight, the spark of life is renewed, and she awakens from her sleep to find that she is pregnant with the sun and will give birth to him at Ostara. To celebrate the news, witches exchange gifts and give blessings and wishes for a prosperous new year. In other traditions, witches say that the goddess actually gives birth to the god, celebrates the endless possibilities and beginnings. Exactly why are there two different versions of Yule, myths, and customs? Some say that the goddess is pregnant with God and gives birth to him in Ostara. Others say that he is born on Yule. What gives? Well, the word Yule comes from the Norse Ul, meaning wheel. Many traditions recognize Yule as the start of the wheel of the year. December 21st, the winter solstice, is the longest night of the year. So December 22nd is the first day of the emergence of the new year. The Yule birth myth mirrors the solstice. The word solstice, by the way, comes from the ancient Druidic war, meaning time stands still. It is a symbolic observance, just as South represents death and transformation. Yule represents life and new promises. It is common to give gifts at this time and blessings for a new year. This version appeals to many Wiccans, even who have been raised in a Christian value system. Before converting to the craft, the goddess giving birth to the god at Yule is reflected in Mary's giving birth to Jesus. The Ostara birth myth mirrors the natural growth of plants and animals. It is more organic observance. Here at Yule, she is aware of the presence or presence of the young god. Growing in her womb and in her joy of things to come, she allows the days to lengthen and the vitality of the world to begin anew. Yule is the time of reflection and renewal of the promise of new beginnings. We'll examine the mythology of this version a little more. What does a big guy in a red suit have to do with Yule, or a pregnant goddess, or the baby Jesus? Well, actually, he has nothing to do with Christianity, but everything to do with pagans. He's the skinny on the fat guy. Santa Claus, in name, has two origins. In the 6th century Spain, Saint Nicholas was a poor priest who loved children. Even though he was very poor in the way of material possessions, he would make gifts for children and leave them on the doorsteps at Yule, the winter solstice. He was later canonized and became Saint Nicholas, protector of children. Oh, by the way, Saint Nicholas was also the patron saint of prostitutes and sailors. Here's the pagan version. In 6th century Norway, people would leave offerings of food or clothing to poor families to help them survive the cold winter. These offerings were always anonymous and became known as offerings of the winter spirit. In the Norse tongue, winter spirit is Sinterklaas, an angelized version of Sinterklaas and Santa Claus. Sinterklaas himself has an interesting history. He was a protective and benevolent deity who gave of himself from the benefit of humanity. His roots can be traced back to the Norse god Woden, also known as Odin. And why does he drive a sleigh pulled by a tiny reindeer? Well, as stories get told, especially by oral tradition, books get altered and changed here and there by the various storytellers in Norse mythology. Odin rides an 8-legged steed. Over the centuries, the horse became the reindeer. And why a sleigh? Well, that's just common sense. In a country where winter is 7 months of the year. An excellent example of how stories get altered over time involves Santa's elves. In ancient Norse lore, elves are mischievous spirits, or, as some say, a personification of the darker aspects of one's personality. So the elves were the benevolent aspect, whereas Sinterklaas, the benevolent aspect. The Sinterklaas might be put food on your porch, but the elves tie your shoelaces together. Centuries passed and stories are told, little things are made. In the Christianized version, the elves became our figure, or Black Pete, a dark-skinned little troublemaker. The story comes to colonize America. Little Black Pete becomes a black slave working for St. Nicholas. Times change, the story continues. Human ethics are considered, the tales are reworked for children. Black Pete becomes an elf, and there are many happy little elves who work for Santa Claus at the North Pole making toys. Why does Santa wear a red suit, white hat? In some Victorian pictures, he is seen as a long green or black coat. Going further back, he is dressed like royalty as the Green Man. The red suit came about in 1931 when a Finnish artist named Odin Sundblom was hired in a joint commercial venture between Coca-Cola and the Saturday Evening Post magazine. The image of Santa was inspired by Clement Seymour's poem, and he was shown wearing the official colors of the popular soft drink. Imagine Odin selling Coke. What a sight.
Oh, good job. So, are you doing anything special to celebrate Yule on your end? Any new traditions that you've making? Any Appalachian traditions that you know that you've brought forth out this year?
I have not really done anything this year.
I didn't hear you. It cut in and out.
If they handle that was a tree.
Okay. So, do you, the virtue for today is discipline. Do you have anything to add for that? Okay. And maybe it's just my phone. Maybe it's just my phone that I'm using my phone to do this. Sorry, brother. You did a really good job, and I appreciate you chiming in.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on here.
Okay. Merry Christmas. Love you, bub.
Love you. Blessed be.
Blessed be. Okay. Oh, it was wonderful to have Jacob stop in and visit. He did a really good reading for us, and he very much appreciated. Okay, so and he wrote "Have a Merry Christmas," and that's the wish that we hope for you all. Okay, so before I go into the discipline, I'm gonna go over the other gods that are often missed during this time of year. Not just Jesus, as they say, was born on Christmas. Let's talk about the others. Horus, Osiris, and Attis, Mithra, Hercules, Dionysus, Tamzu, Adonis. These were actually all born of virgin. Yeah, I did say Horus. Horus was the first one I said. These were all ones that was born of virgin births, and they often get just thrown away. Like nobody pays any attention to them. But I believe that they need to be acknowledged, because Jesus wasn't the first. Because all of those were before AD. These all happened before he was born. So evidently it happened a lot back in the day. It wasn't just Christ that was born here, allegedly, because we know for sure he wasn't. So, and I'm telling you, I'm in a mixed match of emotions. I am both Christmas and Halloween today. Just to kind of throw you off a little bit. That's as normal as I'm getting right now. Okay, things to do with self-disciplining. Yes, today is all about helping the healthcare workers and showing them their how much they matter. But for you to work on your own self-discipline is knowing your weaknesses. You have to know your weaknesses in order to get to the next level. So once you acknowledge what and looking inside yourself as part of shadow work, don't let anybody tell you different. It is a pathway to knowing yourself so that you can grow and be a better person. And that's what these virtues are all about. Is all about you becoming a better version of yourself. Hi, Jamie Lynn. I hope that you are feeling better. We know that you have tested positive for coronavirus, and we thank you for joining in with us the other day and sharing your happily bubbly self, and then all of a sudden you're down. But we do send you our love and gratitude and appreciation and well wishes that we hope you get well soon. Okay, knowing your weaknesses and then remove your temptations. Like if you know that you got a chocolate cream pie in there and it's one of your weaknesses, you gotta remove temptation. Is that all about eating the whole chocolate cream pie? Maybe, but it's also giving it to somebody who maybe don't have any sweets or comfort of home. Take them a plate. Like I have somebody in my community that doesn't have anybody, and if whenever is it kind of opened up our homes to them on Thanksgiving and now on Christmas. We may not have a lot, may not be celebrating, but if we can help out in any way we can, we do. Set clear goals and execution plans. We've talked about this the past couple of nights about journaling your dreams and setting your goals and working toward what you want to achieve in the next year. That's Samara. Love you, sister. I hope you're having a good night. But set those clear goals and think about what your plan is to execute them and the steps that you are going to have to take. Start simple. The slightest little movement will get you set in the right direction. Whether, I say, start gradually, but if you want to clear out your refrigerator or pantry of all snack foods, by all means, go do it and start fresh. But if you do that, you're going to have that massive temptation to go out and buy more. Go a little bit at a time. Finish it off. Finish it off a little bit at a time. Small steps. This is eat often and be healthy. So you got to take care of yourself and focus on the end game. It's anything from looking at your weight. Now we have all, I'm going to say this, if you didn't gain weight in 2020, you are a special breed of human, and we need some of your genes. Just saying. I mean, I didn't really gain weight. I kind of lost a little bit, but that's just because I was depressed most of the year. And although while most people, get depressed and they eat, that wasn't one of the things that I did. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Change the idea of willpower in your head. Like I always say that my mom has the greatest willpower of anybody I've ever seen. That is her special gift, because she can go through and cook the foods that she needs to cook and make them healthy and be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm setting my mind to do it, and she can do it. I cannot do that. I did not inherit that gene, so I have to go a little bit slower with it. But always give yourself a backup plan. You never know if the path that you're on is going to throw you a curveball. Always be prepared. That's the squirrel in me talking. Be prepared to back up your self-discipline. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit more on the holiday, especially being Christmas night. But you know what? I just don't have it in me. And we talked a little bit about air and healing, and I wish I had more of a story for her. But just be mindful of healthcare workers. Do something nice for them. They're on the front lines. They're getting the vaccines right now, often in a 2-part series. So we don't know what it's going to do to them. Think what you want, feel what you want, but they're the ones at risk of everything right now. And the rest of us can do our part by staying put, wearing our mask whenever we're needed, and just playing it safe. All right. Work on your self-discipline tonight. Maybe setting your goals. Remember, if you have any wishes, the pine cones are drying out and opening up, and they're going to be ready to be accepting wishes. So private message me your wishes, and we will be setting them on fire on January 1st. We will be sending those wishes out. So I love you, and until next time, just tomorrow night, be well, be blessed, and be good to each other. Love you. Blessed Yule.